I never thought I'd face cancer on my own. When the doctor delivered the news, stage 3 lymphoma, my world shattered. My wife, Laura, and our teenage daughter, Emma, vowed to support me through it. But 3 months into the brutal chemotherapy, they vanished. No warning, just a scribbled note left on the dining table. We can't handle this anymore. Sorry. The words blurred through my chemo-induced haze, feeling like a cruel dream. A kind neighbor, Sarah, became my lifeline during those dark days. Against all odds, I entered remission. I relocated to a serene village, rewrote my will, and pieced my life back together. The sting of their abandonment faded, replaced by a quiet determination to thrive, if not for me, then to prove them wrong. Then came the windfall. My grandfather passed, leaving me his vast estate, a sprawling vineyard and $8 million in assets. The news spread like wildfire, especially after a local paper mistakenly published my obituary. I chuckled at the bitter irony and didn't bother correcting it. Part of me wanted to see who'd show up, sniffing for a payout. And, predictably, they did. One crisp fall morning, a knock echoed through my home. There stood Laura and Emma, dressed like they'd walked out of a fashion catalog. Laura's face was a mask of composure, but Emma avoided my gaze. "My God, you're alive!" Laura gasped, gripping her expensive handbag. "We thought you'd passed." "Upset I'm not?" I asked, leaning casually against the door. "Of course not," Laura said with a forced chuckle. "We came to honor you, and, well, to handle the inheritance." I nodded. "To claim it, you mean?" Her silence confirmed everything. They didn't know I'd rewritten the will. The vineyard and fortune now belonged to a charitable trust, and Sarah, the neighbor who'd stood by me when no one else did. I invited them inside, hiding my amusement as they fumbled through fake remorse. Laura rambled about how much they'd missed me, while Emma nodded, her eyes flickering with unease. I played along, pretending to care about their made-up stories of struggle, even though I'd seen their lavish vacations and Emma's party-filled college life on social media. "So," Laura finally said, shifting uncomfortably, "about your grandfather's estate." "What about it?" I replied, sipping my tea. "Well, since you're alive," she said, her tone syrupy, "we assumed it's still yours, but Emma and I could help oversee it." I let the silence linger, watching their unease grow. Then I smiled. "Oh, I forgot to mention, I changed the will." Laura's face paled. Emma froze, her cup halfway to her lips. "What?" Laura whispered. "Yes," I said, leaning in. "The money's going to charity. The vineyard's Sarah's now. She was there when I was fighting to survive." Laura's facade cracked, anger flashing in her eyes. "You're joking! We're your family!" "Family doesn't desert you when you're at your weakest," I said, my voice icy. "You chose to leave. Now deal with it," Laura erupted, accusing me of spite. Emma sat silently, tears welling, muttering apologies. I wasn't moved. I handed them a copy of the revised will, pointing out the changes. Laura scanned it in disbelief while Emma hid her face. "You'll pay for this," Laura hissed, storming out and pulling Emma along. I thought that was the end, but a week later, Laura sued, claiming I'd coerced my grandfather into altering his will. The legal battle dragged on, but her lies collapsed under scrutiny. Photos of her extravagant trips and her absence during my illness painted a clear picture. The judge threw out the case, scolding her for her greed. She left the courtroom defeated, Emma trailing behind, visibly humiliated. Months later, a letter arrived from Emma. She apologized for abandoning me, confessing Laura had manipulated her. She pleaded for a chance to reconnect. I sat with her words for hours, torn between resentment and a flicker of hope. I agreed to meet her. We sat on a bench overlooking the vineyard, and for the first time she wept, genuinely remorseful. I told her it would take time, but I was open to trying. Laura, however, got nothing. She vanished from our lives, leaving Emma and me to rebuild what she'd nearly destroyed. As for the $8 million, it's now funding cancer research, a fitting tribute for someone who fought to survive. Thank you for watching Story. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more real-life stories.